Hello everyone, I'm Astro11 and welcome back to Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Nintendo Switch 2 edition. Last time we were here to the Akala region doing the Akala Ancient Tech Lab, and we powered it using the blue fire to power the ancient furnace, which got Cherry up and running, and now we can trade in ancient materials and rupees for ancient gear like ancient armor, ancient weapons, all that good stuff. We also did some shrines and did some side questing around, and, well, yeah, we just did a lot of exploring pretty much. We filled in the remainder of the map, so we now have the entire map filled out. I didn't really play at all off camera because I wanted to leave some stuff for on camera. I still have yet to play the game off camera to do shrines, but hey, we don't talk about that, okay? We don't talk about that. Anyway, in this one we were doing, in this episode, I have a few things I want to do, which includes each labyrinth. Yes, I want to show off each and every labyrinth in this game. Now, I know I don't have a lot of stamina right now. However, that can be changed through the spirit orbs. So I might do a shrine real quick off camera just so I can upgrade my stamina. However, I don't necessarily feel the need to do that, in all honesty, because... Hold on, let me just... Okay. And that was bad. Okay, that was pretty damn bad. Either way, we should be able to make it. At least I'm hoping so. If we go and take a look at our well, that's kind of problematic. Well, if it comes down to it, then, you know, if it comes down to it, then I will just warp somewhere, cook up some standard food, and then come back. But yes, I can tell there's a shrine here. At each one of the labyrinths in this game, there is a shrine. And then there's also usually secrets underneath said shrines at the labyrinths. Now, I genuinely don't think, especially because of the wind pushback, I'm not going to make it. Yeah, I'm not making this. Okay. Well, I will see you guys in just a moment. So, yeah, be right back. Alright. Some preparations have been done. Now it's time for... Okay, I meant to do bullet time and do a wind bomb, but I kind of failed. It's kind of a whiff. But I think I should have enough stamina, hopefully. I should have enough stamina this time to make it. At least I'm really hoping so. I mean, the wind is very annoying. Like, the wind is incredibly annoying. You know, it pushing back against us, making it a lot harder to reach the labyrinth. But I'm really hoping that this time I have the stamina necessary to reach it. Really hoping, because I don't have anything stamina for food. I literally don't have any cooking, I don't have any cooking materials. I went to cook up stamina food and I found out, oh, I don't even have, you know, food for cooking stuff to replenish stamina, so kind of screwed in that sense. Now, if the wind could please stop being so rude. Oh my god. No! No! Wind! That's ridiculous. Genuinely, that is freaking ridiculous. I hate it so much. Wind, I swear to god. Swear to god, wind. Okay. It's just annoying. I apologize about yelling into the mic and all that, guys. It's just genuinely so annoying. It's so the wind pushing back is the most annoying thing about the labyrinths. Should be mostly okay. At least I'm hoping. I'm hoping and coping, man. I'm hoping and coping. No, dude. Oh my god. Dude, the wind and the labyrinth. It is aggravating as all hell. Okay, wait. We're kind of fine right here. We're kind of A-okay. Okay. So maybe at each, red stripe spot we can rest at? At least that's what I'm presuming, based off this. Okay, that spot definitely not. However... Yeah, I know, game. There's a shrine. There's a shrine up here. I'm sorry I'm getting so frustrated, y'all. It just... See, look at that! Link, why are you doing this to me? Just game, why are you doing... Okay, I'm just gonna cut to when I make it up there, because this is pissing me off, genuinely. And with that, Made it up finally. It took a bit to revise skill charges. I had to wait for that to recharge. I tried climbing up. It was a struggle, but you who have reached this point, proceed onward through the maze and you will receive a reward. And yes, at this point, Child Labyrinth is the shrine quest. So yeah. And also Guardians. Guardians litter this place. Now, I would love to use Revive's Gale and make my way on top of one of the pillars, because really cool thing about the mazes is that you can just get on top of the pillars and then it becomes easy from there. Like, if you can just get on top of one of the pillars, it becomes so easy to just traverse the maze. Now, I am going to attempt to do this legitimately in a way. I will try. Now, it looks like the route we want to take is all the way down here. However, I am impatient and all, so I am not even gonna bother. However, I probably should. Hold on. Now this... Okay. See, this path isn't completely blocked off. It just looks like it is. Now, yeah, would you look at that? There's a chest. It's gonna hold a giant ancient core. Very nice. These are very handy for making, the ancient weapons and all that. Now, we want to make our way to, where, the entrance to the shrine is. And yeah, if you notice, the same music as Korok Forest is playing. Which, I'm just saying, it's pretty neat touch. Pretty neat touch, in my opinion. Now here, I believe this is the final stretch that will lead us to where the shrine is located. I think so, at least I might be wrong. I am going to... Okay, or not. There, or not, never mind. I feel kind of dumb now. Well, you don't want to do that. Okay, there is a key. Now, I did get a feathered edge from a shrine. And keys, you can all just perish, please. Just stop existing. Because until the rain, the storm, all of that is gone. Well, mostly. Not exactly. It's only because, well, we're underneath it. But there we go. Very, very simple. Now, you might notice, this is closed off. This labyrinth is the labyrinth that holds a DLC item. That DLC item is the travel medallion. That travel medallion you can place anywhere and warp to it. Now, I will show it off, of course. I will show I will show off all the DLC in this game. But in order to unlock that gate in the floor, we need to complete the shrine. So, let's complete the shrine, and there you go. Trial Labyrinth, as you can tell, it is done. We did it. It's finished. We good. We did the trial, and every labyrinth in this game will give you a blessing. After you complete every labyrinth in this game and get to the shrine will give you, yes, a barbarian armor set piece. Each shrine in the labyrinth is going to be a blessing shrine, as the challenge is maneuvering through the labyrinth itself, and as you can tell, I did that very quickly. This game, I mean, it should be no surprise. Going through the labyrinths should not be difficult whatsoever. I just want to show them off. I just want to show off the labyrinths because I think they are pretty neat. I think they're pretty cool, so I wanted to show them off. As they also, give us this pretty dang cool armor set, which is the Barbarian set. As yes, there are a few armor sets that give you attack up. There is a Fierce Deity set, which will give you attack up. And as I tell you, yes, now the gates are completely open, and the Guardians up there are, yeah, they are Scout Guardians, I believe. Yeah, here comes the fun part. Now, get ready to warp your behind out of here. As you can tell, there might be a active guardian or two if you walk up close to it, but in this game, a DLC item is in this chest. Once I open this chest, it is going to become complete chaos. So, before I potentially get lasered by a guardian when I open this chest, I'm going to warp over to, I guess, this shrine, make my way to a stable, and I'm going to make my way to this labyrinth next. Well, just get ready. This chest right here will hold the... Never mind, I was wrong. Diamond circlet. Yeah. And yes, as you can tell, right off the rip, every guardian is laser focused on me. Yeah, every single guardian just laser Wait! Oh! They narrowly missed. And here is the DLC item, yes. When you open that chest back there with the diamond circlet. Now, bear in mind, the diamond circlet, I believe you can craft in Gerudo Town by using gems. I'm not entirely certain, but I'm pretty sure you can craft the diamond circlet in Gerudo Town. And, yeah, it gives you guardian resistance. Pretty cool item. Now, this is this is the DLC item. And I'm going to, before I get lasered, I am going to warp away. Yeah, that is, and yeah, Teleportation Rumors is completed. Another DLC mission is completed. Yes, the Travel Medallion. A very nice and handy item. Very nice item. Basically, you can place it down anywhere you want. I can place this bad boy anywhere in the world. Anywhere. Like, you see this rocky path right? Okay, hold on. Before I show this off, let me put on something that will make it so Link will not freeze to absolute death. There we go. We're good now. But, you want to place down Travel Medallion here? Feel free. Boom. There you go. Basically, how it works is you can warp to it from anywhere. Place this thing down anywhere. As you can tell, you can travel to it. I want to collect it, however. I wish to collect my Travel Medallion. If I may. Or not, I guess. Okay, yeah. So, there is a way to collect the Travel Medallion. You can collect it and get it back, though that might only be a feature in Tears of the Kingdom, though I'm not entirely certain, to be honest. I find it funny how I have the shrine registered, but not the stable. I find it kind of funny. The shrine is registered, but not the stable. Wow. But I'm pretty sure you can collect the Travel Medallions in this game, but you can just place it anywhere, and, you know, it'll overwrite the previous one. So, yeah. Because anywhere you place, if you want to place it somewhere new, just place it and it will remove the previously registered location for the Travel Medallion. And again, you can travel to it from anywhere. So it's pretty dang nice in that regard. But now, let's make our way off for the next labyrinth that I wish to show off, which is the purple pinpoint, which is here in the Hebra region. The next labyrinth is going to be located in that general area, and I just want to show off all the labyrinths. This video is going to be the labyrinths. Okay, opponent, I don't know why you freaked out. It's just a rock. Like, you freaked out at... Okay. She's also being very annoying and not really following which direction I want her to go. So that's fun. But... yeah, I want to show the labyrinths, show off map. Seriously, opponent? Girl, you are literally... like, you come up on a rock and you get scared and you... Sometimes I hate Epona, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I dislike Epona. I've got to be honest. Okay, Epona, stop running. Girl, I swear. While the horse riding is fun in this game, it can be very annoying. It can be egregiously annoying, as you can tell. By Epona just not wanting to do anything. By her struggling to get up this, for instance. Okay. Come on. Here we go. Up we go. I swear, dude. Once you get the horse to... Really? Please? Thank you. Once you get the temperament of the horse to actually like you, then they will, you know, follow your command and all that. Okay, I understand her stopping here. I understand that. Okay, you know what, Pony? You're just pissing me off at this point. Genuinely just annoying the hell out of me at this point. I'm just gonna get off her, scale this myself. I mean, the horse can't really get up here easily in the first place, so it makes more sense to do this ourselves. But the next labyrinth is, you know, it's gonna be more cold, it's gonna be more snowy, it's gonna be a little more chilly. However, the labyrinths are all very easy. They're not difficult whatsoever. I mean, I'm just gonna say, the labyrinths are not hard. The labyrinths in this game are not terribly difficult. I mean, especially when you have the champion abilities, they become miles easier. I'm just gonna, they become miles easier once you have the champion abilities. I mean, Revali's Gale, for instance, you can just soar into the air, avoid all the puzzles. Like, it's just easy. Now... Okay. I don't want him to notice me. I want to show off my sneak strike on him. Come on, Bokoblin. Let me sneak strike you, please. Come on, buddy. Okay, or not. And you're dead. You're dead. Okay. uh, I feel bad for him, but at the same time, like, I want to sneak strike him, but he just wasn't turning his head. He wasn't turning around. But okay, I love how it's showing opponent on the map. It's like, game, I'm not going back for her. I don't need her at this point. I don't need opponent at this point. There's no point in going back for her. But there is a point in going back to the child medallion, and the opponent isn't able to come. No crap. I guess she was trying to follow me because I was whistle sprinting, and that's really the only reason why she was trying to follow me, was because I was whistle sprinting. But the labyrinth should be just up ahead. After this labyrinth, we'll head off for the final labyrinth down here, then make our way for Mount Lanayru. And then from there, I really don't know, to be honest. From there, I guess we'll just be exploring, maybe completing some shrines. Just doing our own thing, honestly. So, yeah, we'll see how this goes. However, yes, we are coming up on it. Here is the labyrinth. You can see the sheer scale of this thing. Yes, the labyrinths are huge in this game. Here's the North Lome Labyrinth, which is going to hold, of course, the next shrine and all that. And yeah, we're on top of it. So yeah, as I said, when you are on top of the labyrinths like this, they become stupidly easy. They genuinely become stupidly easy. It's ridiculous how easy they become. Now, what I find cool is, yeah, if you, climb over the top, you can find this, a freaking diamond, which is very helpful. Now, diamonds are very useful in this game for one reason. If you break your champion weapon, just use a diamond and you can reforge it. Diamonds are incredibly helpful for that reason. Now, I forget where exactly we want to drop down, to be honest. I do forget where exactly we want to drop down in the first place. Now, I am going to shoot this eye for just in case. And yes, you who have reached this point, proceed onward through the maze and you will receive a blessing as a reward. Yeah, just like the previous labyrinth. No surprise, Child on the Cliff is the name of this shrine quest. Now, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I think we actually want to go through this path, so I think I took the complete wrong pathway. So, yeah, we want to make our way. Yeah, as you can tell, shrine's right there. And I actually forget how you want to maneuver through this labyrinth in order to complete it. But, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, slowly but surely. Very slowly but surely. Now, we can see the shrine there. However, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. So yes, Revised Guild will bring you all the way up, which is very helpful. I just forget where we want to drop down to access the shrine. I believe it is down there, potentially. I actually forget where exactly the game wants us to drop down. I'll be back in just a second. And well, I think I found where we are supposed to go. For the shrine, yes. There we go. Found the path. Basically, you just want to drop down, make your way through this little section, and then you will have made it. And Child on the Cliff is now completed. So sweet. Now we can take on the shrine, then we're off for the final labyrinth of the episode. And so far, we're not even 20 minutes in. Not even 20 minutes in, we're covering the bases that I want to cover. Yeah, I have a bunch of stuff I want to cover in this walkthrough Breath of the Wild, in this playthrough. So, covering a fair bit. And here are the Barbarian leg wraps, which is another piece of the Barbarian set. So, nice. The Barbarian set is definitely a very nice set. I actually really like this set. So, yeah, we're going to begin the final piece in the final labyrinth. But there we go. Shrine has also now been completed. Then we head off for the final labyrinth, then head off to Mount Lanayru. And then probably just do some exploration and do some shrines and just explore. And generally prepare for what is up ahead, which is the Gerudo Desert. I don't know all of which I want to include in this video, but we will find out. We will see how things go. I mean, I know the general bases I want to cover, but I don't know how I want to go about covering them in this playthrough, if that makes sense. Anyway, this labyrinth doesn't really have a basement area. That was really just the Lome Labyrinth over here in Akala. It was really just that one that had the DLC thing. Either way, let's over to this Tower of the Wasteland Tower, make our way over to this next labyrinth. And I did also mark Mount Lanayru, so we're good on that front in terms of knowing where to go and what to do. But yes, one more labyrinth, and then we'll just do some exploration, complete some shrines, and I will say there's one island in particular I want to show off at some point in this playthrough. It'll be a bit later on. I want to show it off, it'll just be at some point later on, as let's just say it is a challenge in and of itself. As, yeah, let's just say what I'm talking about, an island, is certainly a challenge in and of itself. It's kind of a more difficult challenge. It's not very hard if you know this game very well, but it can be kind of difficult. It's definitely something that you go to later on when you are more prepared. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, well, I'm just gonna hover over to it and just say, yeah, it's a little something over here. I mean, you should probably know what it is by now, given I hovered over it for like a solid few seconds. Yes, Eventide Island. So, I don't know when I will show that off in this playthrough, but I'll show it off at some point. I'll show it off one day in this playthrough. We'll see when. I don't know when, but we'll see when. Either way, we are getting closer and closer to the labyrinth. This one is definitely more of a hot region one, given you know it is in the desert. I'm gonna really hope that I can make this. Okay, yeah. It's fine. Yeah, we can still make it. Yeah, there's also a Korok seed here. Wow. I would do it if I cared enough to. I would do the Korok seed if I cared enough to do the Korok seed. But I'll be honest with y'all, I'm gonna aim for doing the Korok seeds on my own file, but I don't want to do it on 2 files. I really don't want to do it on, 2 files. So I'm just not gonna bother. I'm just not gonna bother at all. Now, Revali's Gale does seem like it is going to pop up relatively soon, so we'll see how that goes. Now, okay, yeah. It's steep enough to where we can walk up and replenish our stamina, but it's not too steep to where we can't just stop climbing, so that's nice. Now we take a look at our champion abilities. It will show refresh times for when you have depleted them. This one is active again 22 seconds, so perfect, honestly. Perfect. Now, I am gonna really hope... Okay, we can walk up this. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Okay. Now, you might be wondering, why are you climbing up this? Well, it's for a specific reason. I'm climbing up this for a reason, y'all. For a very specific reason. Oh, God. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, fine. Fine. It wants to be annoying. I'm just gonna use Revali's Gale. And there we go. Look at that. Skipped the entire thing. I will say Revali's Gale is crazy. Revali's Gale is so good in this game. It is such a useful ability to have in Breath of the Wild when it, especially in a game where it's all about exploration, climbing, and scaling things. This game, Revali's Gale is a game changer. When it comes to a game like this, it is a game changer in terms of maneuverability and making it easier to scale mountains. It is crazy how useful it is. But here we are at the South Lome Labyrinth. And you might be wondering, where do we have to drop down here as a little shortcut in order to complete this labyrinth? Well, I'm going to tell you right now that I kind of don't know. See, as you can tell, the shrine is down below, down there. And we need to access it somehow, some way. I actually don't know how, so give me 1 second, I'll figure it out. So, I might be wrong here, however, To you who sets fire, my blessing awaits you at the Labyrinths end. So yeah, just like the other Labyrinths, gonna give us a little message like, hey, there's a reward waiting for you at the end. Those are Labyrinths. Now, as you can tell, you can skip sections pretty damn easily when it comes to the Labyrinths. I mean, if you couldn't tell by now with how I've done the other 2 Labyrinths in the game. Now, I do believe the way you want to do this is... Never mind, it's ran a full-on circle. Okay. Well, hey, there's at least a chest here, so let's see what the chest holds. It's gonna be a silver rupee. Alright. And... I think we want to just go this way. Don't quote me on this. Or do quote, yes, quote me on this. Quote me on this. So yes. Now we are here. And I think at this point I am actually backtracking. Well, I've officially gotten lost in the labyrinth, y'all. I've officially gotten lost in the labyrinth. Who would have thunk? Well, I suppose I'll see you guys in a second. Or maybe not. We'll see. I guess we'll see. Yeah, hold on. Pretty sure all we want to do is make our way past this and head through here, and I think I'm just dumb. Yep, I think I'm just dumb. Wow. And I backtracked to this spot. Okay. We're gonna figure it out, guys. We're gonna figure it out. Trust me, guys. We're gonna figure it out. We're going to. I don't know anymore, man. Okay. I'm a bit dumb. So, you want to take this path, go through here, and then you want to go this way. And there you go. Here is the shrine. Feel a little dumb for struggling on this for a bit, but you know what? You live and learn. It's called living and learning, guys. The Desert Labyrinth is now complete. So very nice. We still take on the shrine for the spirit orb, and you know it's a shrine. We gotta take on the shrine. We can't leave the shrine undone. We can't leave it not completed. But this is going to give us the final piece of the armor set that I have been longing to complete for this series, which is the Barbarian Armor. And now we have the full Barbarian set completed. Very nice with Diamond Circlet. So yeah, we have some more armor. Cool, like a good bit more armor than before. There we go. That is done. Now, before we head off for Lanayru, before we make our way off for Lanayru, I do want to complete one more shrine. I want to get more HP. I want to get at least one more heart container from Spirit Orbs. And then, I also want to complete a couple memories, as we have plenty of memories that we haven't done yet. There are plenty of memories we haven't done yet in the game, and I want to show them off. Because, you know, at this point, we could have viewed, like, quite a few. And I want to show off the memories, alright? Yo, I want to show off the memories. So, before we make off for, you know, Mount Lanayru, I want to do the memories. So, specifically, I want to do, this one. So... Actually, I'm going about this the complete wrong way. So, I'm having to pull up a map of Breath of the Wild so I can see where the memories are. Now, yeah, recover memory number 5 is on the Great Plateau, apparently. Which is a little surprising to me, I gotta be honest. A little surprising, to be honest. Suppose I will head on over to it, I guess. May as well. Yeah. So let's go ahead and make way with the Shrine of Resurrection and view this memory, as this is going to be a pretty interesting one. This is going to be a pretty interesting one, I gotta say. It's going to be an interesting one, and it's going to be where a good pal of ours is located. Actually, no way, I am dumb. Wait, yeah. This is it is a memory, but it's a DLC one. So that's why. Yeah. However, there is a memory located over here in this direction. It is located in the forest. So I guess let's make our way off for this forest and get this memory, as we got plenty of memories to get. We got plenty of memories to go for in this video. So, we're getting to them, guys, okay? We're getting to them. We are getting to them. Slowly but surely. So, it's going to be at the red pinpoint just behind us. The memories in this game, they definitely are a bit dramatic, but the story for this game, I wish there was more expansion to it, honestly. I wish there was more expansion to the story. And hey, would you look at that? Korok seed. Heck yeah. Nice. I do love how I just stood at the edge and just throw it and that's it. Some of the Korok seeds can be easier. Some are definitely more difficult than others. But generally they're not too hard. Generally they're not very difficult, I'd like to think. Now, as you can tell, there is a tree right there. And well, you might notice it looks awfully familiar. It looks awfully similar to the photo. And that is because this is where the memory is located. So, let's go ahead and just make our way over here. And we want to look for a specific spot. A specific spot, yes. For the memories, I'm sure I've pointed this out in previous episodes, but whenever you see memory, it's going to have this shining spot. Anyway, let's go ahead and recall this memory.
I doubt this will let up anytime soon. Your path seems to mirror your father's. You've dedicated yourself to becoming a knight as well. Your commitment to the training necessary to fulfill your goal is really quite admirable. I see now why you would be the chosen one. What if one day you realized that you just weren't meant to be a fighter? Yet the only thing people ever said was that you were born into a family of the royal guard, and so no matter what you thought, you had to become a knight. If that was the only thing you were ever told, I wonder then, would you have chosen a different path?
So yeah, very interesting Zelda, a very interesting perspective Zelda has on that. If Link wasn't basically forced to become a knight because he was born into the lineage of the royal guard of Hyrule Castle, and just the royal family, would he have become a knight? Would he have become Zelda's chosen protector? I mean, would he have been given this tunic? It really does make you wonder, to be honest. It really does make you wonder. It's very interesting to think about, to be honest. But yeah, it's definitely a question that begs, honestly, more questions or even some answers. As I'm curious myself if Link would have even become if Link would have been Zelda's chosen protector in the first place if he wasn't born into the family lineage of the Royal Guard. Either way, let's make way for the next memory location, which is going to be, it's gonna be, hold on, guys, hold on. I am struggling here, okay? I'm struggling. Give me a second. Uh, Hey. Okay, so number 10. I'm trying to view these in like a specific order, alright, y'all? I know it's not in a great order, but like I'm trying to do some frame of order, okay? Give me a break. Now, this memory is going to be located here at these ruins. So, let's move to this tower, and let's go ahead and glide over to this memory. And then we'll make way off for another memory after this one. I don't know how I want to go about the remaining memories. I mean, I'm not, so far, I'm not going about them in any order whatsoever. I could go about them in a specific order and, tie it all together. But I mean, at this point, do we care? At this point, do we care? I'm gonna be honest. At this point, does it matter doing it in order? Because I'm gonna make a video. Just like Tears of the Kingdom, I'm gonna make a video where I go over every single memory in order from this game. So I'm going to be covering I'm going to literally make one video going over every memory in this game. So we'll see how that goes. I mean, the initial video on Tears of the Kingdom where I showed off every memory, that didn't get copyrighted or anything. Like, that didn't cause any harm to my channel, which I was genuinely surprised by. So I'll take it. It didn't cause any serious harm to my channel. So if the same happens for Breath of the Wild, then awesome. If not, then, well, we'll see. Now, Octorok, if you could stop shooting rocks at me, I'd really appreciate it. Okay, I think Ro has left me alone now. There is... I do want to complete the Zora armor set. I think I might do that this video, but we'll see. I might do it this episode, but we'll see. I don't know. We'll find out. We'll find out. I definitely want to complete the Zora armor set because it is a cool armor set and it helps out a lot with swimming. I definitely want to complete the armor set. We'll just see when that happens. We'll see when. Perhaps it'll be next episode on our way to Gerudo Desert. As yes, next episode is going to be basically on my way to Gerudo Desert. Next episode is going to be heading to Gerudo Desert, getting to Gerudo Town, all that good stuff. So, next episode we're going to be progressing in the story. Anyway, let's go and recall this memory as well.
Be sure to take the time to soothe your mount. That's the only way it will know how you truly feel. Your advice was quite helpful, thank you. This little one and I are getting along quite well now. At first, I wasn't sure if I should outfit him with all of the royal gear. I thought maybe he should have to earn it first. But it works. He wears it like a true natural. I'm trying to be a bit more empathetic. Benefit of the doubt, you know? See that mountain? That's Mount Lanayru. It takes its name from the goddess of wisdom. Lanayru's decree is very specific. It says no one is allowed under the age of 17. For only the wise are permitted a place upon the mountain. I've prayed at the Spring of Courage and at the Spring of Power, yet neither awoke anything inside me. But maybe up there. Perhaps the Spring of Wisdom, the final of the three, will be the one. To be honest, I have no real reason to think that will be the case. But there's always the chance that the next moment will change everything. Tomorrow is my 17th birthday. So then I shall go and make my way up the mountain.
So, yeah. The day after that memory, Zelda's gonna turn 17 and to scale Mount Lanayru. And I know there's some significance to that memory. I forget exactly what it is, but it's just interesting. Zelda wanting to scale Mount Lanayru when she turns 17. And, you know, Link and Zelda, their bond growing closer, them becoming closer. You know, them riding on their horses, Zelda talking to Link, just having casual conversation. They obviously were getting closer, so it's just nice seeing that bond between them grow and them just get closer overall. As Zelda she kind of despised Link because he had and has the Blade of Evil's Bane, and he really completed his quest, and he is the hero. And yet Zelda, she hadn't awakened her powers, so it's just nice to see that bond strengthen between them. You know, Zelda being annoyed at him at first, and then, you know, them growing closer after she realizes, oh, you know what, maybe, you know, things will come for me eventually. Like, you know, my power will awaken eventually. And the funny part is, she gets so mad that her power won't awaken, but it's because of her affection for Link, because she cares about Link so much. Yeah, it's a bit of a spoiler, but we'll find out eventually. Now, there is another memory I wish to view, and it is this one. You know, there is actually the spring one. So it's number 9. Aha. There we go. And this time is going to be the Spring of Power. I did want to show off the springs, and I guess I'll be showing off the Spring of Power. I guess I'll be showing off the Spring of Power. But it's going to be located here, and I'm going to head there right now for this memory. So, yeah, we're going to see how this goes. This episode's been an interesting one so far. I mean, I want to show off every memory. The story for the story for Breath of the Wild is very interesting. The story for this game is definitely an interesting one. I mean, it's not a crazy in-depth story, but I mean, it's not a shallow one either. Like, the story for this game is not a shallow one either. It does contain some form of depth to it. Now, the Spring of Power is gonna be located, kind of like down below. Okay, before I get zapped to my utter demise, I'm going to swap my weapons because I don't want to get zapped by some electricity. Now, normally, if you had a specific armor piece, then you could avoid the thunder landing altogether and you wouldn't get zapped at all. And, you know, that's called the Thunder Helm, which we will get. I will get the Thunder Helm in this playthrough. It'll be later on. But I will get the Thunder Helm. Don't worry. I will get the Thunder Helm. Don't worry. Now you're a bunch of goblins whom I really don't want to mess with, to be honest. I really don't feel like messing with, so I am going to go ahead and just shield surf my way along. Okay. Before I get struck by lightning, potentially, I'm going to take off the shield. And here is the spring. And yes, every spring located throughout this game will have a goddess statue whom you can, you know, you can give them spirit orbs to increase your hearts and stamina. Just like any other goddess statue in the game. They function all the same. But here is another memory. So let's go and recall this one and see what's going on with Zelda as this one is recovering. Actually, let me read the actual description of this. It is slumbering power. So let's see how this one is told.
I come seeking help regarding this power that has been handed down over time. Prayer will awaken my power to seal Ganon away. Or so I've been told all my life. And yet, Grandmother heard them. The voices from the spirit realm. And Mother said her own power would develop within me. But I don't hear or feel anything. Father has told me time and time again. He always says, quit wasting your time playing at being a scholar. Curse you. I've spent every day of my life dedicated to praying. I've pleaded to the spirits tied to the ancient gods. And still the holy powers have proven deaf to my devotion. Please, just tell me. What is it? What's wrong with me?
Yeah, that's where things get much sadder. As Zelda's father, King Rome, he's just forcing her to pray each and every day to awaken her power, not knowing it won't awaken due to a certain something, due to a certain sum. Due to a certain sum. Yeah, just forcing Zelda to pray, having her pray, just King Rome was not a great father to Zelda, and it's just so sad seeing her not able to awaken her power, her wondering, like, what is wrong, why can't she awaken the power within her, and it's because of one thing that we will find out eventually. I'm not going to spoil it, but it's because of a very specific thing, you know, it's because of a very specific thing. Now, for picture number 5, the one right here, it is going to be located more so down here, kinda. Yeah, it's gonna be located right by a Korok seed, funnily enough. Normally I do know where these things are located, but like, I mean, can you blame me for not knowing? Like, let's be honest. Let's be honest here. Can you blame me for not knowing the memory locations in this game? Because it has been a while since I've actually, like, besides this LP on Breath of the Wild being like a walkthrough, I have not done a full playthrough of Breath of the Wild in so long. It has been a while since I have, like, done a proper, complete playthrough of Breath of the Wild. Now, before I burn to an utter crisp, let me go ahead and... Okay, there we go. As you can tell, yeah, also my bow is burning. That's fun. Alright, there you go. There you go. Time to make a way for the red pinpoint. So, yes, the red pinpoint is where the memory is going to be located. Going to make our way there, and then we're going to make our way to this memory as well. So yes, I want to this memory. We're going to get this memory when we make our way to Gerudo Desert. We'll get this memory. Yeah, we'll get this memory. You know, when we make our way to Gerudo Desert next episode, gonna do this memory. And this memory, maybe even this memory, this episode. We'll see. I want to get memories done in this video. I know I could spread out doing the memories throughout each episode, but I mean, like, this is not 100%. I'm covering just the basics. I'm covering the story of this game and then any other stuff that I want to cover and show off to you guys. Anything else that would seem interesting. And how far is it? Okay, wow, it's actually really far. It's actually a good distance away. So yeah, this memory is pretty far down along the mountain. Now I am going to wait for my stamina to deplete. Now that may seem very dumb, however, there we go. I'm going to try to wind bomb my way over to where the memory is to make this a little bit to make this process a little bit faster, a little bit more speedy. And first off, let me actually blow this up, as this will lead to a drill shaft. Wow. Yeah, it's funny, the feathered edge still is better than that drill shaft. A little funny to me, to be honest. Now, I am going to do this. And there we go. Perfect. I'm telling y'all, wind bombing is the best method. If you are looking for a way for fast traversal, especially going around Hyrule, this is by far the best method. Like, wind bombing is by far the best method. I mean, I feel like I've said that before, but I feel I need to restate it. I feel need to restate it. Because if you do not use wind bombing in this game, you should absolutely use it. I mean, it's not a game-breaking glitch, so it's not... I don't typically like using game-breaking glitches because I just enjoy playing the game how it was made. I don't mind using glitches, especially when it's like this, when it's not massive, but it, you know, just helps you out. Now, I am a little scared, to be honest. Welp. That's fun. Okay. Okay, hold on. Okay, fun. Yeah. Probably should wait for my stamina to recover, but you know what? There's an enemy right there, and I don't want to risk it. There's an enemy right there, I didn't want to risk it, okay? Give me a break. Now, the member's going to be located just right up here. Now, there is a Lizolfos who's going to be probably very annoying. I'm going to ignore him, however. And I'm actually... Where is the... Oh, there's the rock. Oh, that's simple enough. Stop trying to shoot me with your arrows, dang it. Wow, you suck. Your aim is awful. Hey, buddy. Yeah, get out of here with that. Jeez. Now, yes. I'm gonna just grab the night spell from that. There we go. We are good and set. Now, Keys, don't you even think about it. Get out of here. Okay. Keys dead. Hey, our first time getting a fire key swing. Nice. I may as well get the Korok. It's right by the memory. I may as well get the Korok seed. It's right here. May as well. Plop the rock down. And there you go. Korok seed is ours. So yeah. Gonna do these couple of memories. And then we'll move on. So I'll do this memory. And then we will go to this memory. And then I'm gonna make a way off for Lanayru. Well, maybe. I mean, my plan was to do Lanayru this episode. I might leave it for a future one. I know I said I was gonna do it this episode, but I'm thinking I'm gonna leave it for for a future episode. Either way, let's recall this memory.
That cut doesn't look too bad, actually. You're fine for now. But you know, there's a fine line between courage and recklessness. As brave as you are, that does not make you immortal. It seems that not only is the frequency of these types of attacks on the rise, but the scale of beasts we are facing is intensifying as well. I fear that this is an omen which portends the return of Calamity Ganon. And, if that's the case, I'm ready to expect the worst. We'll need to make preparations as soon as possible.
So yeah, that memory is an interesting one. It's just showing Link off as a beast. It's just showing Link off as a beast. Like, it's just showing him off as a crazy man. It just, yeah. I'm gonna put that icon there just to, you know, as a reference. You know, Lanayru's not gonna be anything normal, to say the least. But yeah, so that memory was an interesting one. You know, Link taking on all those giant behemoth monsters like a Lionel and all that. Yeah, Link is a complete beast in this game. But besides him being a beast, it is time for the Next memory, wherever it may be. I don't even know where it might be, to be honest. I really don't. Okay. So next memory is going to be located over here, interestingly. So it's going to be located right over here. So let's go over to the shrine. Let's make our way to this memory, and then... yeah, we'll be off from here. This is the last memory I want to get. This is the final memory I will do for this video. I just want to complete a bunch of memories, like, I'm not going to lie. I just want to complete a bunch of memories because, there's so many in this game, and I just wanted to cover all the bases and, just show off the story of this game. Now, yeah, okay, the stable is just over there. Okay. I just want to make sure I had that stable on the map. That's all. I just wanted to make sure that I had the stable registered, because if I didn't have the stable registered with the shrine, like, come on. Usually, wherever there is a stable, there's a shrine nearby it. Now, you might be wondering, where is this memory? Well, it's pretty close by. It's going to be in a field of, I believe, silent princesses. Yes, it's going to be in a field of, I believe, flowers are just silent princesses, as, if you didn't know, in this game, Zelda's kind of symbolic flower, Princess Zelda's symbolic flower, is the silent princess. It's pretty interesting. Her symbolic flower in Breath of the Wild is the silent princess. And, well, it's her favorite flower. Now, yes, this is just a field of flowers. Not any flowers specifically, but just a field of flowers, which is pretty nice overall. Now, I'm going to kill this guy because I don't want the enemies annoying me, as I am, trekking to this memory location. And also, here's a horde of keys, which are very nice. Wow, thanks, keys. I appreciate you a lot. And, well, making our way over here, I'm trying to find where I should stand. Where should I be standing exactly? A bit for... okay, Keys, if you could stop being annoying, for crying out loud. That'd be really nice if you could stop being annoying. I'd appreciate it. Now I'm trying to think, where is it located? Okay, Keys, stop being annoying. Come on. Just stop being annoying already. Okay, fine. Keys, you are interrupting me trying to view this memory. You're interrupting me trying to view this memory, dang it. Like, come on now. Stop being annoying. And there. I don't even care that I used the Druk's protection charge, honestly. I could care less. Where in the world is the shiny spot to view the memory, man? Where's the spot to stand in? Genuinely, okay. This has to be the one memory that's genuinely difficult to figure out where you should be standing to view it. Because, yeah, it's just difficult to figure out. The game does not make it terribly clear for this one. Am I supposed to stand, like, in the field? I genuinely don't know where the game wants me to stand. Like, this one is actually tougher to figure out where you're supposed to... so, it's supposed to be a tree in the background. Okay. Okay. Well... oh, I see. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's supposed to be over... okay, I'm just dumb. We're supposed to be over here. Again, look at the backdrop for the memory. Anyway, for the final... well, not the final memory of the game, but, like, the last memory I'll view in this episode, let's go ahead and recall. Get it? Recall? Like, Tears of the King... okay, that was a bad joke. Anyway, I'll let the memory play.
There's one. Oh, and another. The flowers we have in Hyrule aren't just beautiful. They are also quite useful as ingredients for a variety of things. This one here is called the Silent Princess. It's a rare, endangered species. Despite our efforts, we can't get them to grow domestically yet. The princess can only thrive out here. in the wild. All that we can hope is that the species will be strong enough to prosper on its own. Is that what I think it is? Look at this. I don't believe it, but I actually caught one. This delicacy is known to have very, very potent effects under the proper circumstances. Ta-da! Research from the castle shows ingesting one of these can actually augment certain abilities. We wouldn't be in a controlled environment out here, but with your level of physical fitness, you'd be a perfect candidate for the study. Go on. Taste it.
Yeah, Link's probably more freaked out from that one. Link is probably more freaked out from that one. Because I was trying to feed him a frog. Because I was trying to have him eat a frog. Yeah, that's a definitely more goofy one. Definitely more funny one. And that's also where, you know, the memes of Zelda's you-know-what come from. Yeah. That's the memory where, you know, the memes of Breath of the Wild Zelda having a big you-know-what. Yeah, that's where those memes come from. Just thought I'd point that out. Because I was trying to have me a frog. It's so goofy and funny. It's just great. It's such a funny memory. Her trying to have Link eat a frog. It's just funny. Either way, that'll do it for this one. We have viewed nearly every memory. This one we'll view on our way to Gerudo Desert. And of course, this memory I actually forget. So, 11. It's the 11th memory. I actually forget where this one is located, in all fairness. I do forget where this one is located. Yes. So this memory is located at the Lanayru Road East Gate. I'm going to mark it on the map just for future reference. It's located here. I'm going to mark it with a star, just so that I know what it is. So that is where another memory is. We have nearly viewed every memory in this game. I'm going to leave this memory for when we go to free Nadra. I'm gonna leave this memory for when we go to rescue Nadra, and you know, yeah, I'm gonna save it for when we go to rescue Nadra, but that will be, you know, later on. Either way, hopefully you all enjoyed this episode on Breath of the Wild. Next episode, we're heading up for Gerudo Desert. I know I said I was going to do like Mount Lanayru and do this free nature quest this episode, but I want to save it for later. It's definitely kind of a more difficult quest. Kind of, not very, but I want to save it for a future episode. Either way, next time we make our way off for the desert. You can't see it from here because, you know, the rocks right here, but next time we go for Gerudo Desert and get ready for Gerudo Town and the next and final divine beast of the quote-unquote final divine beast of the game. You'll see what I mean once we get to that point. Either way, here's also the stable. So, hell yeah. Very nice. We'll be making our way down along that path and off for the desert. But here we go, Gerudo stable, where some side quests are. I'll see about doing them, maybe. But yeah, here's Cass also. Either way, next time we go for Gerudo Desert, let me properly enunciate. And we get ready for Gerudo Town, the final divine beast. Well, again, quote-unquote, the final divine beast. But yeah, free Nadra. Nadra the dragon. That is a quest over on Mount Lanayru. I'll be doing that later. And we'll be getting this top rate memory next episode. And then I'll be saving this memory for later, and then a final memory, and this is the final memory, which will be later on. Either way, hopefully you enjoyed. Be sure to leave a like down below if you enjoyed this in Breath of the Wild, and be sure to subscribe if you want to see more. If you want to see more Zelda content, generally more gaming content from me in the future, click on the subscribe down below. On the road to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, please click on that bell, turn on your post notifications, clicking on all, so that you're notified whenever this video, whenever I'm live streaming, so that means on the content. Next time we go out for Gerudo Desert and see what is up ahead. See you all next time as we venture through this hot desert and make way for Gerudo Town. See you all next time, Breath of the Wild Switch 2 Edition. Peace out.